Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Counterflux. My name is Fabian and today we're here to talk about our success in the LCK and the bets that we have tonight for both LCK and LPL and early EU LCS games tomorrow. So as you can see on screen, we were pretty successful in the LCK. We came up positive 2.37 units. We were able to land that great read on 3 games happening between MVP and Africa Freaks. Unfortunately though, I did go for Africa Freaks taking game 3 and winning the whole series on that parlay. If you remember from last episode, MVP was able to pull the upset. I definitely expected them to pick up the game, did not expect them to pull the upset, but that is information that we're ready to use in our bets going forward. My first bet consists of Rocks Tigers winning their series against Barbecue Olivers at minus 188. They have a 37% win ratio versus Barbecue Olivers at 28. Rocks Tigers hasn't been doing great lately. They managed to snag a victory against Samsung Galaxy, which is a very strong team, and Barbecue Olivers has been pulling up. So there is a slight risk in this one, but I do see Rocks Tigers to come back to their previous form and sort of adapt a little better to the new meta. Last time these two teams met, Rocks Tigers took the victory 2-0, so I mean it might be a 2-1 this time, but again Rocks Tigers should take that victory. I also have a parlay for both SKT and Rocks Tigers to win their series. Now this classic Telecom Wars, SKT versus KT Rolster, I feel is definitely going to go over 2 games, and the last time these teams played, we did have 3 games. It was in favor of SKT with a reverse sweep right there, as you can see on screen. So I did place a bet on the over 2.5 maps between these two at minus 120. In addition to that, I placed a bet, another minus 120 bet on KT Rolster getting the first tower on map 1. He got an 81.8% chance of getting the first tower. That's the best percentage of first towers achieved on the whole league right now, and SKT is a team that doesn't always manage to get that first tower. As you can see, they're currently at 47.2. The reason behind that is because most teams fear Faker so much because he's such a prominent player for SKT that they normally try to gang him very early. On game 1 of their previous match, KT Rolster did get the first tower on the blue side, and in game 2 it was KT Rolster who did it as well. That means that they can do it on both blue side and red side. And if we actually take a look at game 3, KT Rolster did get the first tower on that as well. So they literally have 100% first towers against SKT in the series, and I don't expect that to change in the next game. There's not a lot of information in the LPL and Games of Legends. We have 2 matches tonight. One is IMA versus Dan Gaming, and then the other one is Invictus Gaming versus Snake Esports. I don't have enough information to come up with really solid winners for any of these matches, and it's just a very unstable bloody region at the moment, and it's also a region that has been giving me a lot of losses lately, so I'm only placing 1 bet today, and that's a parlay for both Invictus and IMA taking victories. Invictus has been doing great. As you can see, they do have a 50% win ratio, and Snake Esports has been shaky for the whole season. Invictus just recently beat OMG in a reverse sweep, and LGD, which are both relatively strong teams. IMA, on the other hand, they are an established team, and Dan Gaming has just been promoted into the LPL. They started doing very well, but they recently have been losing to teams like Newbie and Suning Gaming, so they don't seem great at the moment. I definitely feel like IMA can take the victory despite their lower win rate. The EU LCS has been giving me great success lately. It used to be a region that I just couldn't read at all, but I think I'm getting the hang of it, and I'm going with 5 sort of risky bets on this region. The first one that I have is the first blood for Mysterious Monkeys. As you can see on screen, their first blood rate is ridiculous, 62.5%, especially when you compare it to Splice at a very low 34.5%. In addition to that, Mysterious Monkeys is on the blue side, and they can definitely go into their comfort picks. The last time Mysterious Monkeys and Splice went at each other, Mysterious Monkeys was able to get the first blood when they were on the blue side, so that's actually pretty nice right there. I also have a parlay for both Mysterious Monkeys and Misfits to get the first blood on map 1. On game 1 of the last series these two guys had with each other, Misfits was able to get the first blood on map 1, and they also did the same in map 3, both in blue side. Although they're playing on the red side right now, this is a metagame that I feel really revolves around the counter so much more than the previous one, so I really don't think it's going to make a difference, and it allowed for a nice parlay with that Mysterious Monkey's First Blood that I definitely think is going to happen. Splice are the masters of getting first towers in the EU LCS. Their percentage right now is at 56.5 in comparison to a low 41.7% by Mysterious Monkeys. And in their previous game, Splice got the first tower in both Map 1 and Map 2. The first tower in Map 1 for Splice at -163 is a definitely guaranteed for me. I also think G2 Esports can get the first tower on Map 1 against Misfits. On their previous series, they were able to get it on Game 1 and Game 2. So I also have a parlay for Splice and G2 Esports to both knock their first towers in Map 1. That's a total of 10 bets that we've placed today, 5 of them from the EU LCS, which as you can see right now is at plus 18.27 units of betting that we've been able to get from that region alone. While some of these are fairly risky, I do feel like that's going to put us at a nice positive value for this week, and that's really what I'm trying to achieve right now. As always, I'll be placing some in-play bets on all of these games, including the LLM that's about to start in like 2 hours from now, so I'll be reviewing those in the next video. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you next time on the next episode of the Counterflux.